self-love is important. However, people don't know how to self-love. That whole concept of, I'ma love myself. And the truth of the matter is we really many times don't love ourselves. So today, I am going to spend today talking about self-love. Because here's the thing, y'all. The truth is listen to me carefully. Your life will change, can change. All you have to do is change one belief. All of us have made bad decisions. If you're going to live, you're not going to get around that. All of us have made bad decisions. The other thing is, all of us have been knocked down. All of us. You ain't going to live this life. And it's a part of God's plan that you be knocked down, that you get back up, that you learn from it, that you grow from it. However, many times the things that we get knocked down from, we don't grow from. We don't grow. And because we don't grow, we don't move on from that test. All right. But today, my job today is to show you how to practice self-love. All right. Number one, how do you practice self-love? The first way you practice self-love is this. Number one, learn the art of saying no. Now, listen to what I'm about to say to you. If you ever want to practice self-love, learn the art of saying no. What do I mean by saying no? See, most times when people ask us to do stuff, most times when we do things based on the pleasure of other people. Other people being pleased. We take care of our kids. That's why some people will take care of grown-ass kids, 30 and 40 years old, and you do that because you won't say no to your children because you feel like I'm in this perpetual state of mind where I have to keep pleasing them, thus denying myself in the process. And I feel like on some level that I'm doing something good. But the truth of the matter is what I'm actually doing is handicapping the kids, and then I'm denying myself self-love. And so, y'all, what we do is we do things in an effort to project something to another person. And so what I tell people is the first thing you want to do in practicing self-love is learn the art of saying no. Learn that. And what I mean, I'm not saying no for the sake of saying no, but what I'm saying is when you want me to do something that interferes with my being, then I have to say no. But what we do is we say yes because I don't know how they're going to feel. We say yes because I feel like, what are they going to think about me, y'all? And the truth is, y'all, we have denied ourselves so many years. Some people are 50 and 60 years old, and then now the kids are gone, and you're still trying to run their life. And they grown-ass people with kids of their own. And y'all, you got to stop this. So you got to start. The first thing is saying no. And so here's how you do it. I want y'all to do something. I want you to say something. Now, I'm not saying say no just because, but if something doesn't resonate with you the next time, I want you to say no. And you don't have to give an explanation why. You only have to say no because it doesn't resonate with me. You say, no, I don't feel good about that. They might say, come on and do it. See, a lot of times with me, with my friends, they can ask me to do things. They might like to do stuff. They might, let's hang out, let's do this, let's do that. No, I don't want to. I don't have any problem with saying no. You know why? Because I love me and I'm not worried about it. And if they fall out of love with me, my friends, because I said no to them, they weren't my friends in the first place. So the first step of practicing self-love is the art of saying no. Now, you ain't going to hear this everywhere else, y'all. You're going to hear other people saying a whole bunch of other shit that don't even matter. But I'm telling you the core of why you act, why your brain. Remember, I'm changing the picture. Changing the picture. Number two, 6 ways to practice self-love is, I want you to do something. I did this not too long ago. I want everybody on this call, I want you to write down a list. I want you to write down a list of your core values, things that make you happy. So here's the question you ask. At the top of the page, I want you to write this. What are the prerequisites? You might not use that word. You can spell it, look it up on Google. For me being happy. What are the prerequisites for my happiness? Now, I want you to draw a line on the page when you write that down. And basically, I want you to write core values on one side. Core values on one side. The other side, I want you to write not core values. Core values, not core values. On the left side with your core values, I want you to write down everything you need, everything you would like to have to make you happy. Now, because most of the time, what you say things like this, long as my kid's good, I'm good. That's bullshit. As long as my kids, long as my grandkids, all right, what you do is you simply take care of them to absolve yourself of taking care of yourself. You let yourself go. And then when you beat up and all of that, and when your ass 6 feet under, what happens? Life moves on, your kids move on, grandkids move on, friends move on, everybody moves on, but you gone. That's the dumbest. That's not the way God intended it. So what I tell people is write down on one side your core values. What are the things that are going to make me happy? Write down more time to myself. Start exercising. This. Start taking pictures. Go back to school. I don't care what it is. You know, because the truth is we base our relationships. We base everything on other people. I'm happy with a guy that doesn't cheat. Okay, fine. But you never said, I'm happy because I'm empowering myself. I'm doing these things. So what I want you to write down is your core values. What makes you happy? What's the prerequisite to make you happy? Now, in a relationship, it might be someone who's faithful. I like that. Okay. Then you write down, what else makes me happy? Makes me happy. Somebody who lets me be me. And so although you're writing down the things that you want from that you like in a partner, in a relationship, in a marriage, whatever that is, but you're also saying things that you will accept in your life. And on the other side of the page, I want you to write the things you won't accept in your life. The things that you won't accept. I want you to write your core values down, things I will accept in my life. On the other side, things I won't accept, things are not in line with my core values. When I did this, y'all, I got rid of a whole bunch of people in my life. And I did not have to say, call them up and say, look, don't call me no more. I don't have to do that. I simply pull away. You don't have to call them. You simply pull away when what their value system does not resonate with your value system. And the truth of the matter is we are hanging around so many people who are not in alignment with our value system, but you feel like you have to on some level. Now, that's crazy as I don't know what, but we do it all day long. All day long. So if your child told you, hey, I'm hanging out with this group of kids, not because I want to, because I feel like I have to, you would look at them like, huh? That doesn't make any kind of sense, but we do it all day long. So y'all write this down. And the reason I want you to write this down, because on black and white on paper, and all of a sudden when you look at things on paper, it looks differently than when you just say it in your head. You know, on paper, all of a sudden. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. When I got married, when I got ready to get married, I drew a line. Y'all, this gonna sound crazy. I drew a line on a piece of paper because it had been I drew a line on a piece of paper just like this when I got married. So my buddy told me to do this, and I thought it was the dumbest thing. And he said, write down all the reasons why you should marry your wife. You should be in a relationship with her. And so I wrote down all those things. And then on the other side, he said, write down all of the things you absolutely cannot ever deal with. Absolutely ever cannot deal with. And I think about it now. He didn't say write down all of the things you don't like. Yeah, he did. I'm sorry. He said write down all the things you don't like. But then he said put a check by all of the things you absolutely cannot deal with. And so what I said was, all right, I wrote it down. And he said, after you get through, look at the list. When I finished looking at the list, I realized something. I realized, number one, that there were so many things that I loved about her. Number two, I realized all of the things that I didn't like were based on my superficial thinking. It wasn't because I said on my list over there, it was she had 2 kids. And the truth of the matter is they were little kids. And I thought about it. I was like, that's a limiting belief I have, because I used to think that if I marry somebody with children, then the children going to be like, oh, you ain't my daddy. And I never grew up like that, but I always thought that. And that was a limiting belief I had. But when I was willing to look at that and say, wait a minute, that belief is not founded on anything. In fact, that belief is something that I was told, something that based on someone else's experience. And y'all, it changed me in an instant. In an instant, I was like, dang. And I didn't have anything checked that I absolutely could not deal with. You know why that's important? Because if you're dating somebody and they're doing something that you absolutely cannot deal with, you cannot marry that person. Because what you're doing, you cannot marry people based on potential. You have to marry people based on who they are and where they are. Because you have to ask yourself a simple question. That simple question is, if they never change, I may want them to change, they might change, but if they never change, can I accept them for who they are? And I said, if my wife never changed, I could accept her for who she was. And we got married the next year. So, y'all, it took me a long time to get married. But when he asked me this simple exercise, it was crazy. All right. Number 3, this is powerful. This is the third thing in ways to practice self-love. You have to decide to heal. You have to decide to heal. Now, listen, I'm doing a class. I am doing a class. Milani Shani, my business partner, she is a wizard at helping people heal. We did our first class called A New Way to Love. And now we're doing our second class called A New Way to Love, Accelerate Your Results. If you feel like there is a part of you that needs to heal from your past, that's why you keep getting in bad relationships. That's why you can't attract the person of your dreams. It's not because of them, it's because of you. If you're willing to be honest and say, there's some things that I need to heal from, because what I've done is I have suppressed those things. I have suppressed them. And when I suppress them, it's just like a wound. You think when I cover the wound up, put bandages over, Band-Aid over, bandages, then long sleeve shirt, you think the wound is gone. You think it's healed. The wound is not healing like that. The wound actually heals once it gets to a certain point where you expose it to oxygen. You expose it to sunlight. You expose it. Now it can take it. So that works here. You have to say it. The exposure of your healing. The exposure of the things that hurt you, the trauma, the exposure of, yeah, he touched me and he was in my family and he did not, or my mama didn't protect me because when they were things, my mama didn't protect me when he came in the room, and when I told her about it, she didn't believe it. And the truth of the matter is, y'all, you've been carrying that around and you resent mama for it. Mama don't even really know you resent her, but the truth is, you're the one that's suffering for it. You gotta heal. And until you heal, until you're willing to heal, you're gonna walk around with this shit till you die. Yo, my wife wrote a book called I Am Simply Net, Be Simply You. She carried around so much stuff that she wasn't healed from. And 2 years ago, we went on this healing journey. And at the culmination of the healing journey, she did a one-woman show. One-woman show, 400 people in the audience, packed wall to wall, packed. She did a one-woman show for 1 solid hour. She did comedy. She did comedy and she did a commentation. It was high. People were crying in 1 minute. They were laughing the next minute. It was the most profound thing I had seen. I've seen my wife perform. She's been a comedian for many years. I've seen her perform all over the world. And I've never seen anything like this. At the end of the show, people were coming up to her, boo-hooing, just tears, and said, I needed that. I needed to heal. And so she said on this journey to healing, on this journey, she didn't realize how she was carrying so much baggage. Y'all, let me tell you something. If you're not willing to heal, and you're not willing to open up and uncover that scab, take that Band-Aid off, and let somebody help you heal and walk through this, it ain't gonna work. Number four, you have to be willing to do something to empower yourself. See, most of us spend our lives trying to do stuff for other people, but we don't empower ourselves. Y'all, and until you empower yourself, the word empower means to give power. We have to give ourselves the power. But what do? We give so many other people the power to hurt us. So many people, we give them the power to direct our life. And until you take your power back, I want to show you how. I'm going to show you how. Melania, we're going to show you how to get you. First, you got to start empowering yourself. You need to start reading. I appreciate all of y'all who are reading my wife's book. That's the first step to empowerment. Because now you're understanding that you ain't the only one who've been through hurt. You ain't the only one who've been through some things, but you can come out. It doesn't matter what it is. None of us are here to judge you. That ain't about, and people get so caught up in other people judging. What the fuck? That shit is crazy. Those people, when you realize that people really don't give a fuck about you anyway, they don't really care what you do. That's why people buy houses. They buy cars for other folk. And then when they buy this stuff, they buy it for other folk. And the truth of the matter is people don't really care because they got their own thing going on. People buying gold chains and all this other stuff. Ridiculous. It is ridiculous, y'all. Ridiculous. And then you running around hurting inside thinking the things are the things that are going to give you all of the stuff you want in life. But it ain't. But it's not. It's not. Be willing to empower yourself. And I'm going to do one more and then I'm done. And the last thing is, I don't know if I should give you this because we're going to do this in the class. All right. But I need to show you how to do this. So there is the thing. Okay. I'm going to just tell you this. So here's what I want y'all to do. I want you to go out and grab a journal. And I want you to start just writing down your thoughts. And there's another piece to this, but I don't want to give that piece to you today because I'm going to give it in the group because we're going to start doing it in the group, in the free group, y'all. You ain't got to pay for it. But I'm going to give it in the group. But what I want you to do is start writing down your thoughts. And in your thoughts, I want you to get you a journal and write down daily. And daily, I want you to write one thing, just one thing that you like about yourself. Just one thing. And I want you to I want this journal to be like your chronicle of your life. And I want you to write down, grab your journal. It can be a little tablet, it can be a little notebook. I got plenty of notebooks, tablets I write in. It can be a little tablet notebook. And what you want to do is I want you to write about your day. Write about your day, just how you felt about your day. Not everything you can write what you did, but write about how you felt. But at the beginning of the entry, I want you to write how you feel about yourself. Now, if you don't feel good about yourself, that's cool. I need you to say that. I don't feel good today because. I feel good today because. I like this about myself. I really don't like this about myself. And that's fine. All I need you to do is start writing. The journal part of it, the writing part, is going to be cathartic. But the reason you're starting here is because in 3 months, I want to show you your growth. I don't care what you feel today. I'm not even planning for today. I just need you to be honest and transparent about today. Because in 90 days, things are going to change. Things are going to change if you're willing to change. Y'all, I got so many clients now. I got more than I can handle. But I'm willing, I want to help you. If anybody wants to get help, hey, reach out to me. All right? If you have any other questions, inbox me, y'all. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing with life. Because life ain't playing with us. All right, y'all? That's my time. I'm Kencanion, the host of Love, Lust, and Lies. And until tomorrow, every journey starts with one step. Take yours today.